Alright guys, so back from the gym, and pretty much I had a chest workout and actually went pretty well. I have a friend who has been training for 3 years, and he kind of gives me a lot of tips and advice, and I did the worst, or shall I say the best, chest superset ever. My chest literally is aching right now. I can't even hold this camera for any longer. Alright, yo, what's going on guys? We're back in this amazing room right here that I have in my house that I pretty much just use for recording, and then whenever I talk about stuff, I'll pretty much be using this room because I think that the lighting is pretty nice. I just like it in general. But anyways, today's video is going to be pretty much about how to get pretty big legs for someone who's a novice lifter. So if you're a novice lifter, this advice will probably be really beneficial to you. If you're intermediate, you probably already know this advice. You probably don't, because the information that I'm going to be giving in this video is probably what most people have not heard. So it's actually pretty rare information. I've looked at multiple studies on the internet. I'll link them down in the description. Most of them are pretty much about leg hypertrophy, and I'm also speaking of my personal experience because I won't make a video talking about something that I haven't done myself. So it took me about 2 solid months to get pretty big legs, pretty proportionate legs. Now my legs are still obviously growing. My squat still needs to go up. It's currently at 225. Tip number 1 is pretty much going to be increasing your squat. Like, that's pretty much the most easy way. Like, if you only do squats, I'm telling you guys, if you go all the way down to the ground, like some people, they just do half reps. Like, that's what I used to do, and I got to 135 just by doing that, and then I realized that I should probably go all the way down to the ground. You're activating your glutes, you're also activating your hamstrings and your quads. By going all the way down, you're stretching the muscle fibers more, and you're pretty much shortening them. So when you stretch a muscle fiber, pretty much just tears and then it gets healed up the next day. It's pretty simple. I think most of you guys know this. And then protein synthesis, blah blah blah, your muscles get bigger. So if you increase your squat, I guarantee you, if you have a 225 squat and you do some isolation lifts, so I'm talking maybe leg curls, lunges, that's all I do. I do squat, leg curls, and lunges. That's literally my leg routine. If you do that, I guarantee you, if you get your squat to 225, you're gonna have some aesthetic legs. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna be massive because mine are aesthetic. They're not massive. If you get it to 3 plates or 4 plates, you are going to have massive legs. You will, like, no one will say that you have chicken legs. There's no one in the world that has a 4-plate squat and has chicken legs. For 99% of people, if you have a pretty big squat, so I'm saying minimum 225 to have aesthetic legs. This tip number 2 is actually something that I did. I've been doing it for about, I would say, over 10 years. I've been doing it since I was probably 4 or 5 years old, which is pretty much biking or cycling, like some of you guys like to call it. Athletic history does affect how you can bodybuild. So essentially, when you bike, when you hit a slope on a bike, you go up, your quads get worked really, really, really well. They won't necessarily build your legs. They won't make your legs massive. However, when you start doing strength training, your strength will pretty much blow up. It will explode. Like, that's what happened to me. I went from literally, I couldn't even do the bar, like 225 in 2 months. No joke. Like 2 months to a 2-plate squat. Like, and that's only because I used to do so much biking. I still do. So for those of you guys that biked before and still bike, you guys have a really good advantage of getting massive legs. It's going to be faster for you guys. If you guys look at professional cyclists, you like just look up, go on Google, look up professional cyclists, and then look up legs after that. You guys will see on Google Images that every single professional cyclist has massive legs. The funny part is that their upper body is actually like, they have no upper body, and then they have like freaking like huge legs. So it's kind of funny to see that. It's like usually gym bros have like huge upper bodies and then no legs, like chicken legs. And then these guys have huge lower bodies. Literally, those are the only 2 things you guys need to do. If you can't squat, guys, I know so many people that can't squat. Like, my friends come up to me, they're like, yo, Amkar, I can't squat. What the hell do I do? Well guys, you guys can do machine leg press or just leg press, because leg press technically still has the same movement as squats. It's a little bit safer, I would say. Some people have like leg press phobia. It's like a thing, you get scared of like the weights coming down on you for the ones where you're laying down pretty much. So yeah, but there's other variations of leg press where you can just like literally just sit down and then press. There's a lot of safe ways to do it. I think that you can build pretty good legs with that. It'll just take longer because when you're doing a squat with a bar, it's going to be a little bit more beneficial because you have to stabilize it, and your CNS or your central nervous system will have to adapt to it. And since it's a compound movement, It's more of a compound movement. Your central nervous system will get used to it, and then more testosterone will be produced in your body. So essentially, squat is better than leg press, but it's not 100% necessary. If you can't squat for any reason, I would try to squat. However, if you can't, you're kind of screwed, but you're not at the same time. Like, you still got alternatives, but yeah, I would try my best to squat. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. Leave a like down this video. It literally only takes 2 seconds. And subscribing to me literally also only takes 2 seconds. So just go and do it. I really appreciate it if you guys subscribe or like. It just means a lot to me. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.